So Malcolm, this is probably a situation that many people are familiar with at this time of year. What kind of issues do people come to you with regards to credit card bills?
What we find is the bills start landing in February and people realise then that they've overspent. So the important thing is to now get a handle on what you have spent, and if you have overspent, start planning for that now. So is there any opportunity to get more overtime at work perhaps to cover that shortfall?
And of course, well-being is also something we're really focusing on. How do you think it can impact people if their finances aren't perhaps as they'd like them to be?
You know, being in debt is incredibly stressful and it's a real health and well-being issue. So what we say to people is don't bury your head in the sand, do something about it before there's a real crisis. So as soon as you can start to see your finances are tipping over, come to Citizens Advice, because the earlier you come to see us, the sooner we can get to work.
So we can probably all relate to a situation where something's gone ping just before payday. You know, it could be the car, it could be the cooker and so on. And that's even more of a pain when it's in the new year just after Christmas, isn't it?
Absolutely, and this is where finely balanced finances can easily be tipped over the edge, where that extra emergency expenditure is needed when the Christmas overspend has already happened.
And so if things do start to fall apart a little bit, what's the advice that you would give to people?
The best advice is still shop around, even if it's an emergency, still shop around to find the best deal or find the cheapest alternative if your finances can't stretch to that. And certainly avoid things like payday loans where generally you'll just end up in deeper debt.
Now when it's this cold outside, we are obviously going to want to crank the heating up, and with that comes a hike in prices too. Can you just talk us through how our energy habits change at this time of year and how we can make sure that that's not putting extra pressure on our finances along the way?
Yeah, if you have used more energy in the winter, which is natural, the important thing to consider is to keep in contact with your energy supplier. They can offer you options such as pay-as-you-go meter or repayment plans, and they even offer you an energy survey of your property to make sure that you're getting the best value for money from your consumption.
So the final factor we're going to talk about that obviously contributes to a large chunk of our spending at this time of year is food shopping. Obviously we all need to eat, so is the solution more about striking the right balance?
Absolutely, and if you look around at this time of year, the supermarkets all have some really good special offers on, as there's a glut of food in the aisles. Also consider something like the Olio food sharing app, where you can reduce the cost of your expenditure on food and also help prevent food wastage.
So I guess now, just to summarise all of the issues we talked about today, it's important for people to know what support services are out there if they are struggling. So what help is out there and what can people expect?
Okay, so there's us, Citizens Advice, and there's Community Savings Limited, and what both of those organisations can do is help you to restructure your finances and even refer you to charitable assistance, certainly if it's a short-term problem.